boy, yeah, look at that. Wow.
Yeah. From here, it almost looks like it's at our back door.
I know.
Hi, my name is June, and these are the mountains where I live. More specifically, I live on the California side of the Sierra Nevada mountain range with my husband and my little dogs. Welcome to my channel, where I endeavor to entertain and bring a smile to the faces of my viewers by my sewing shenanigans on the mountain. Due to circumstances beyond my control, there will be less sewing in this video.
Look at Thorn. He's getting a summer bath. All right.
Cooling him down. Thank you, baby.
Yeah. Here you go, Annie.
Yeah, see all the flowers we got, guys? It's all the flowers. They were selling strawberries in the parking lot at Home Depot, so I processed some to freeze, and then I put some sugar on some to put on top of ice cream. As you probably noticed, we're out of filtered water. But boy, are those berries gonna be good. Thorin is very helpful. He loves to help me sort laundry. This is his favorite load to sort. Must be the socks. Anyway, I didn't catch it on film, but he was playing on the top of this load one day and actually crawled inside the bag, so I kind of caught him up in the bag. Thorin? Thorin? I'm gonna take you out with the laundry. He goes, I'm okay with that. Just don't put me in the washing machine. I already had a bath. Come on. You obviously haven't learned your lesson. Come on. Give it to me. Give it to me. Gee whiz. So I was just walking along, happy as Lowry, minding my own business, when in the middle of the night I get a notification. This is the harsh reality of living in California. I had been watching the park fire because it affected some friends of mine, but previously, the night before, just a few short hours before I got that notification from the sheriff's department, a fire started. This little guy completely expresses how I feel about evacuating. I found him when I was getting fries and a shake at Mel's to comfort me. Our friends were nice enough to offer us their RV to stay in during evacuation. So I just wanted to clarify, I do love living in California. Being evacuated, the risk of losing everything, it's very, very stressful. I think this is the second time in 2 years that I've been fully evacuated, and yeah, I mean, I'm safe, my husband's safe, my dogs are safe, you know, the important things are safe, you know, but it's never an easy thing, losing your home and all of your things. I mean, I've never personally gone through it. I've just been forced to almost go through it a couple of times, and So, but I do love living in California. That's why I also love the first rain so much, because all of my anxiety goes down, because the danger of fire is less. We were all happy to be home and to have a home to return to. But I think Thorin was especially happy and relieved. This is the first place he went after we got back. Once I was settled, I had to fix my nails. They had been bugging me during the entire evacuation because they cracked. I like to do my nails because my hands are on camera a lot with the sewing footage that I take. I do them myself for several reasons, not the least of which is it's more cost effective. All the nail supplies that you see here, I bought with what it would have cost to have my nails done just once. And then I had to get back to work. The first thing I was going to make was this skirt. And the fabric is quite pretty. I was laying it out very specific because I wanted it to be shorter than the original pattern. One of the hardest things, I think, about being evacuated is because I have a brain injury, my routine is very easily disrupted, and it takes a long time to get back into it. I think that's one of the reasons why I get so stressed when things like this happen. So I spent a lot of time just trying to get back into my routine. With the aid of my serger, I did a little French seam here. One of the things about this specific skirt is that it took yards and yards and yards and yards of fabric. And I often dropped it on the floor, and Thorin liked to play in it. But these yards and yards and yards and yards of fabric would give the skirt a really nice drape, but also a lot of fullness for a great swish factor. Thorin decided that it was time for a puppy break because he really wanted some attention. And affections. The majority of the time that I spent sewing this skirt was just doing straight seams or gathering things up. There was a lot of finishing of miles and miles of yardage, and more puppy break. That's one thing about me. I'm easily distracted by Chihuahuas. But that's not always a bad thing. It makes for some very cute puppy content. I like to use clips as often as I can rather than pins because I have dogs in my studio and I don't want them getting a hold of any pins. This is sped up footage of me gathering up just one of the 8 panels on this lower ruffle. Yeah, a lot of gathering. A lot of gathering. Yeah. I don't mind gathering usually, but this project had an excessive amount of it. So it'll be a while before I'm doing another project that involves this much gathering. Gathering, though, is far more fun and worthwhile, than the basting stitch. I hate that basting stitch. Half the time you have to pull it out after you're done anyway, and it feels like wasted effort, but it's a very necessary step oftentimes. I don't think I mentioned that my mom was also visiting in August, and we had plans to go to the lake. We didn't make it there, but just in case, I bought Thorn a life jacket. Here's a bit of sewing montage set to restful music. And I'm only saying this because I can't think of what else to say during this particular sewing montage except for, look how nice my ruffles turned out. I also put interfacing on my waistband because it needed a little bit of stabilization. With the end of August, it was time for a changeover in my studio, and I started making room, and my lavender had dried. So I was removing the buds so that I could make sachets. One of the benefits of having dogs in your studio is that when they take a nap, it can be very, very restive. As I record the voiceover for this clip, Anakin is again napping right next to me. He likes to snuggle up to his rice pack, especially once it's just been heated. With the smell of lavender, it was especially restive, so I had to capture this quiet moment. I was slip stitching the waistband here closed, but I was still waiting on lace. I had ordered some, and I didn't want to have it shipped to me until after I got back after being evacuated, so there was a delay in shipping. In the meantime, though, I could take my mom down to the Antique Trove. It's down in Roseville. The Antique Trove is like a flea market 365 days out of the year. They have it roughly organized, and there's all kinds of treasures you can find here. Some of it's reproduction, but this is a 1930s nightgown, and it's gorgeous. I wish it would have fit me. The only vintage clothing that's actually survived into our era is things that have hardly been worn or stored very well. Finding things we can't afford and don't have a place for. You can find all sorts of treasures here. Some are pricey and some are reasonable. I came here looking for very specific things, and while I didn't find them, I did have a really good time with my mom. Though in hindsight, I kind of wish I got those sunglasses with the vintage hat. But yeah, they have all sorts of things. I've never seen so many vintage embroidered textiles in one place. When I was reviewing the footage for this, I saw that I didn't actually get any shots of the true scale of this place, but next time, because this is definitely a place I'm going to revisit. When priced per yard, this is actually quite reasonable, so I chose these out of the bundle. There's just so much there. They're sectioned off, and in every little alcove there's a different vendor. And some of them sell antique furniture, a lot of mid-century, a lot of teacups. This is definitely the place to go for teacups. I was drawn to this particular teacup, and when I turned it over it said autumn on the bottom, and well, they don't cuddle very often. So when they do, it's usually extra precious. So yeah, it's August 24th. This never happens in August. Yeah. While not especially heavy so as to saturate the earth, it did manage to clear all the smoke out of the air. Local news reports said that it actually snowed over the summit, something that hasn't happened in 20 years. Oh, and my lace finally came. I also completely forgot to record any of the application of this lace, but I'm sure you don't mind as this video is kind of long already. So you can see the cute little daisies on it. I had missed the window of cool temperatures in the morning, so I decided instead to wait till the afternoon and the golden light that gets really pretty in the afternoon. My husband, though, wasn't the only one to doubt that I would actually film the reveal that afternoon. I really like the way the skirt turned out, but please bear with me while my hair grows out. Right now, I kind of look like Snow White entering her Boho Gypsy flower child era. So look at that. That's got some definite lift. I can almost, like the senoritas do. And I mean that in the utmost respect. But this has got some serious fullness to it, and it's a little longer than I was planning. Got to hem it a little bit deeper. And waistband, yeah, we're not going to talk about that. My brain took a taxi when I made the waistband, and it's a little on the tight side, but it'll fit me better when I lose some weight. But that's not a big issue because this is an underskirt. It's going to be worn as an underskirt. You're only going to really see the front of it because there's going to be an overskirt over it, because this is just the first part of my vision. I wanted more of my vision to be on film for this video, but didn't happen. Future videos, we'll see it in future videos. So yeah, this is all I could do in August, and this video probably won't even be released till September. But hey, it's the best I could do, and if it's not good enough I know it's good enough for all of my loyal subscribers. But anyway, you will be seeing this skirt again because this is only one step in a much larger project. I'll be making a blouse and a bodice, an overskirt, and we'll have some fun. I especially love sewing in the fall when it starts to get cooler. So Thanks so much for watching, and this is Mountain June saying bye now. Boop, ba-doop, ba-doop. I'm wishing one more time. We're gonna try this one more time, because you know, if I hear the echo, at least this is the way Snow White said it would work. If I hear the echo, my wish is gonna come true. So I'm wishing. Well, it was worth a try. There you have it, folks. Snow White got it wrong. Yeah, I did that as a child. I sang into a well. My voice didn't echo. It never has echoed. It wasn't really a well, though. It was one of those faux wells that my mom had in our yard. It was more like yard art that just kind of looked like a wishing well. If you like this kind of content, then maybe you'll like one of my other videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This one's this. It's Thorne's favorite.